Okay, so now how we can perform a user input. So to perform a user input, we required something. Okay, that is basically known as a scanner class. See, in Java, I mean, after Java 5, we can use a scanner class, but before that, we can input with either file stream or we can input with the, what you can say, we are having multiple sections. For the user input, we are having the integer or parseInt. We can also perform the user input. Let me show you how we can perform user input with a console based application. For example, I'm having a class that is a user input. Okay, so let me make a main. So that is a public static void main. Then we need a string type of xyz, any argument we can. It doesn't need that we should write is a string args. Okay, you can write anything. So I'm just having a comma b comma c itself. These are the three bits. Now I want a user input. So how we can perform this user input? I'm just going to write integer dot parse in, and then we are having xyz, and then see why we are writing let me tell you. Now we need to provide them an argument. Okay, that is a array. Okay, if you're not familiar with array right now, so I'll going to explain array in upcoming session. Okay, then we are having this xyz at 1, right? Now c equals to a plus b right now. Okay, now I'm just going to print this. Okay, sys out will not work in Notepad because this is not an editor. So println, then C, looks nice. Now let me close this. Okay, now how we can run this program? For that purpose, I already installed Java in my system. Okay, I'll also let you know that how to set the part. For that, I'll create a separate session. Now let me save this. Save as. This is the location where I already set up the path, that is in Java. I'm just going to save this with a user input. I'm just providing the same class name which I mentioned there. You can see. You can change, you can write any name. Okay. But when you are going to run this program, then you need this class specifically. Let me save this with user in. I'm not going to use user input right now. Now, how you can run this code? You are just going to command prompt by pressing window R. Then write cmd, go to your D drive, CD, and then Java. Let me clear screen. Okay, now how we can compile this as a console? I'm just going to write Java C and then user input. If there is any error, okay, then that error will appear in that console part. Let me show you. Okay, so there is an error, system.out.println, spelling mistake, print, perfectly fine. At least we should get an error to check this services. Now, if you want to run this with a user in, then we'll get an exception because there is no class defined with this name. See, that exception is what? The error which comes at a runtime, that is known as an exception, right? Now, how we can run this? To run this, we just need to fire the specific class name, which is user input. So I'm just going to write, sorry, that is a case sensitive. So if your U is capital, so you need to provide U is in cap, in uppercase, user input, and then I'm just going to press enter. So why? Now they need input. Input where? There. 12 and then 12. So the output is 24. That is known as a console based input. Not console based, basically a command line input. Okay, with the help of the argument. So that is a command line input, which we did with the help of this argument. Right. So the user input. Okay. So to perform the user input in Java, we are going to use a scanner class. So scanner is a class that will create your object at, that is used to perform the user input. What you can do, you can create a subject with sc, any name you can provide, new, and then class name. Okay, scanner. So let me write this syntax on Eclipse. So scanner, scanner sc equals to new. When I'm pressing the control space, then I'm not getting any suggestion related to the scanner. Why? Because I do not have the specific package for this. Where this is stored. We'll also going to discuss about the package and the library. So I'm just hovering the mouse over there. Then we are getting import scanner java.util. So that package got import. Now if I'm pressing the controllers, then I'm getting a suggestion. Okay, suggestion regarding that what exactly we can perform, right? So what type of input we need? So I'm just either I can go with a file source or I can go with input stream source. So I'm going with this one, the input stream source. So what is the input stream source? I'm just providing, if you are going to print something, so you are writing system.out. If you are going to input something, then you can just write system.in. See, this is for an input. Now semicolon looks nice. Now I'm just going to write, take two integers, a comma b comma c, and I'm just writing. Now how we can perform the user input? What is the object? Object is a sc. So I'm just writing sc dot next int semicolon. Next int is what? That is used for a user input. Okay, why next int? We are not having pointer in Java. In pointer, we know that what is the location, what is the next location. But in Java, we don't know what is the next location of the upcoming element. Because if you are using integer in C, then the next location will be added by +2. Like the current address is 65536. So next one must be 65538. But in Java, we don't know about the location. So that's why they are saying next. If you want to print the value of B, then you can try. You will get some object value. So let me print this right now. Okay, now you can perform a user input C equals to A plus B, looks nice. And then you can print the value of C. Okay, you can give a message that this is addition equals to plus C, right? And you can give a message to user that please perform input. Okay, please input your value. This type of section you can perform. Okay, so please input your value. Okay, now let me run this code. Simply we can run this code on console. So we are getting a message, please input your value. I'm just putting 2 and 3, and then we are getting, and this is the solution. Okay, this is a very simple structure of a scanner. We're going to discuss about the other part of a scanner, that how you can input character value, how you can input string value in our next session, right?